And welcome to episode 47. We've got a rainy day, it's Sunday, but it's perfect for us. Do you know why? Because it's quiet. Look at it. Look. Look. Completely quiet.
Absolutely honking it down.
Honking it down, yes indeed. But anyway, we don't mind. Do you know why? Because we can make ourselves a piece of toast. And do you know why we can do that? Because we are going to be cooking on gas. With a little bit of electric. Yes. Electric being there and gas being there. And this is a Thetford cooker that was made in 2015. Yes, it's 10 years old next 3 or 4 months time. But you'll say, why has he bought one that's 10 years old? You know why? Because I've had it 5 or 6 years, 6 years, 7 years, easily.
Sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
It's a sprucer.
It is. But I'm not going to talk anymore. Do you know why? Because I'm Phil Murphy, he's John. That's a Nauticus 27 foot. And he needs to play some music. Because we are professional. Play it. Now that you've listened to the music, we can continue. So yes, it is 10 years old, but she's brand new. She's brand new old stock. We've even got a booklet and something to put your toast on. So we've got a grill, we've got an oven, never been used of course. We've got a drawer, not so sure what that's for, possibly for pots and pans. I don't know. And up here that you can't see, we've got 3 gas burners. You will no doubt see it later on in this episode, or maybe even in the next episode, because we don't know how long it's going to be before we can get it in there. It's heavy, isn't it?
It is.
And it's sharp.
It's a 2-man job.
It is. And we've even got a 240 volt ring in the corner, so when we are hooked up to the shore, if we ever are, we can use that. Or if we've got an inverter that converts it, which is beyond my capability, we can use that too. So as far as I'm concerned, we've got a very, very nice cooker. Now we've got to get it in there and we've got to build something around it because we haven't got anything. So I went to my local DIY store and got myself some of this. I'll bring it into shot to match the kitchen. And we're going to carve that up and try and make it look like the rest of the kitchen. So that's the episode for today. So, without further ado, shall we get on? I think we should. I'm not so sure I like that. You nearly fell over that tripod then when you did that. Anyway, enough of that malarkey. Right, welcome to school.
Thank you, Prof.
Right, so he said, I want you to do a diagram or something to that effect to show our viewers what I'm going to do. Well, I've done something like one. I've made my own app. And I've used a 3D image of what I wanted to do, etc, etc. And, what?
Carry on, I can't wait.
And it's granted, it's a prototype. But this is what it's going to be. I've got to trademark it. So, here we go. App Store, Murphy's Draw. So, it is, bear with me, it's a 3D image with a pencil. But you can see where I was going with it, can't you? So there's the 800 unit, there's the draw unit, and this is episode 47.
It's the future.
Well, it is going to be the future because we're going to be making it. So we've got to put something in here. Cooker. See? Not quite the same size, but I was running out of paper and I made that too big. But that's where a computer would come in handy. So, look, you asked me to do something, I have.
Carry on.
I've done a drawing. There's the pump and all that palaver, you see? So, I've got to make something to go in there. Now, we've got a drawer bit there, so I've obviously got to make something. We can put some pans in there because space is of the essence on the boat, isn't it? Of course it is. So, we're going to have to make something. It's supported on there, and then we're going to have to make something so we can put something in there.
So, in a shelf.
Well,
It looks like a shelf.
that looks like, yeah, but it's going to have supports for a heavy thing like that. So we'll have to put some. Well, you'll see as we go along. We will make it fit somehow, and we'll make it strong. So that's what we're going to do today. That. So we're going to take some measurements. I'm going to come back down here, draw it out, and slice it off. So, I'll see you in a minute. Right, so as we've discussed, we've decided, we've just checked the sizes of this cooker, and we're going to have to use the full width of this, which is 60, and it's going to have sort of a dog leg. It's hard to explain now, but you will see up there. It's going to be trial and error, but I think the secret is to get exactly the same size in the height as the rest of the units that are already up there, and then work with the depth as we go along, and then we can decide how much of a step we're going to do, because as as you've noticed on that cooker, it's got a drop section which would lift the whole cooker up by at least 10 to 15 centimetres, and it just wouldn't look right. So we're going to basically have that so it's going over the side of that plinth that the whole kitchen's sitting on. You'll see when we get up there anyway. So we're just going to take a slice off this to start with, and what I'll do is I'll take this up on board to make sure that we've got the right size, and it'll give us a better idea. That's a good idea, isn't it? Right. Right, so we'll nip up there now, and we'll just check the size to make sure that we're good to go, and we'll be back down to cut some more. Right, so no rain today. Lovely, isn't it? Well, you won't know anyway.
Let me show them.
Oh, go on then.
I showed
As soon as
them.
you don't believe me.
Well, I showed them yesterday, and that's today.
Yes,
What a difference a day makes.
it does, especially when you pay for blue sky.
That's to Phillips.
Yes, right. Now, since yesterday and this morning, I have made a carcass like I described on my computerized drawing.
In 24 little hours.
Yes, indeed.
That's to Phillips.
Esther Phillips, you said that twice. So, the box is now done, virtually like that. In fact, it's identical to that, in all fairness. Yes, and here it is in all its glory. Now, it needs to be tweaked a little bit, I think, and I'm not so sure. We're going to, I think what we should do is, rather than take that in there and then put that in there, I think we should try this
Wise.
in here to see, A, whether we've got the depth right, and also, sorry, the depth that way and the height, because we have that dog leg. Oh, you haven't seen inside, have you? I remember. It was too high. Look. You've got all the facilities to make a proper Sunday roast. Wouldn't you agree? All new, even though it's 10 years old. So, what have I done? Short shelf, because it says in the book that it has to be a short shelf, because at the back there has to be ventilation. So there's a little short shelf there, which is this one here, and then at the back there's like a metal framework that leads to the pipe, the gas jets that are in the oven, and that sits in this area here. So we've got all this. I'm not going to put a back on it. We've got all this here as ventilation, because these units don't go right to the side of the boat. There is approximately, well, it's the depth of that, to be perfectly honest, which is probably about that. So you've got that all the way down the units as an air vent, and also it probably doubled up as a heater for the rest of the boat. So shall we see if this fits then?
Moment of truth.
Yeah, now I have got a bad back, so I'm going to have to be careful.
Let me.
And the locks are on, yeah. Locks are on.
Bring
This
it
has
forward.
to, yeah.
It has to sit forward a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so the front end of that has to drape down here. So that's the reason why I think we should put it up here and not on the floor, because it wouldn't fit then. All right.
Okay,
so what do you think we should do?
We'll go from the side, then I'll lift it from the back.
All right, yeah. Good enough. Well, we're going to get that back lip on.
Yeah, that back lid onto there, and then I'll go behind and
Hold on.
lift it over.
See if we can just not trap that little rascal. There's an electrical diagram on that as well, which is very good, because I wouldn't have had a clue how to have done that. Right, watch the sharp edges on this thing. Ready?
Yeah. Be careful, because
Oh, I pulled the knob off.
right, don't go any further.
I'm knobless.
Your knob's dropped off.
I know. It's on again. Panic over. Right, I've got this.
Right.
Well, it seems to fit through the gap. That's good.
Right, I've got the way to the back. Put it to where it needs to be.
Right, I need to pull the whole carcass forward because it's slipped back.
Okay.
Right, I need to lift the whole thing up.
The cooker.
Cooker, yeah. That's it. I'm back. Something's not right.
Hang on. Oh, it's not far off.
Are we in the...
The thing's in at the back.
Oh, is it? Right.
Right, I'll lift.
We need to lift it onto that carcass. That's it.
You in?
Yeah. Right. Are we in?
Something isn't right.
Well, I'm sat on the actual thing. What doesn't look right to you? That's because that's bent, that's why.
Well, this one is as well.
Well, it wants lifting up a bit.
Oh, I can see. It's not far enough in. That side. Right, take the weight.
Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure what I'm supposed to be doing. It won't go any further.
Right, okay.
Mind you, it won't go any further because I'm at the. It's hitting against this thing. Well, that must have been it.
Let's have a look.
That gap there, is that the same gap? Well, the glass, yeah, the glass is not in.
Yeah. No, that was right all the way there. That's right all the way there.
Well, it looks right. I mean, we can't stretch it because it'll break the... Right. The truth of the matter is, it's bob on.
It is absolutely square.
Yeah, it is. And it's sitting. It's sitting absolutely. It is. It's sitting right. That.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and we've got our drawer still,
Draw space.
or pan space, because this is acting like, you know, the drop side of the raised part of the side of the boat inside the fiberglass.
The gangway.
You've got your gangway down below, and then you've got a raised section where the kitchen sits on. That's like basically like that. So that's how it's going to actually look, with the raised bit there and the rest of the kitchen there. So that sits there, and then obviously there's not going to be a
Professional job.
there's not going to be a kitchen top on there. The kitchen top will start there and there, so that's great. Right, well, we've made a carcass.
Well,
Fantastic, marvellous.
I like the wee bit then.
Wee bit, yeah.
Wee bit.
Well, it is, it's wee. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. Two heads are better than one, that's my theory on the matter. What?
We're taking this out
Taking it out again.
and putting the wood up. Putting the carcass on the boat.
Yeah, where we're going to put that first.
On there.
To start with, and then down.
Yeah. Right. So I'll lift and push from the back. Hang on. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, you go to the side. There we go. Where's that chunk of wood? Just go under there. There we go.
Right, so that's what we must have been catching on there. Anyway, the carcass has survived. The cooker has survived. I think we'll have a wee coffee break, and then we'll put this carcass on board and we'll see how it looks. Yeah? We've got to lift this in. Actually, will that go through the door?
Yes.
You think so? We haven't measured it. Oh, please go through the door. It looks awfully like the width of the door. No, it's got to be wider, the door, hasn't it? Well, you're not going to see that because I'm going to look a right lemon if it doesn't work. Right, see you shortly. Right, welcome aboard. And look, we nearly have a kitchen, or in the boating world, a galley. And there it is, in all its glory. So what do you think, guys? I think this is absolutely brilliant. And it's a milestone in this build because it really does look like it's starting to look like a very nice boat. Now, the reason for this being here, I can now explain it properly. The reason why I wanted this cooker here and not here or even there was because of what's above me here. That is wipeable. Imagine you're cooking and you're boiling something and what have you. That is wipeable. That is not wipeable. And we've got, more importantly, we've got an air vent off centre. I know to that. Beggars can't be choosers. But at least we have an air vent that most of the stuff can go through there. So that is the reason for this cooker being here. I've still got to just double check, make sure we can get that sofa in there, which, I mean, I've checked and I'm pretty sure it is, but now that it's physically here, I will take that size and we'll check it. But ultimately, I think it's looking really nice. What do you think, Jay?
I think it looks good. Let's try and put some light on it from the other side.
From that side?
No, from here. But you're blocking it a bit. Let's see if that just lifts it up. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I can imagine. Washing up here. Cutlery and everything in there. Even we've got access to be even putting some pans in there. So that's good.
I'm glad you know where the washing up's done.
Indeed, yes. So as you can see, it drops beyond this area here, which is why it's sort of coming forward slightly, but aesthetically from this side you can't see it, but the carcass comes forward, so it actually looks very good. And of course, once you've got the top on, which is the next bit, I'm going to take the size of this because I think I've got a piece somewhere that will fit on here and this size, and I think it'll look quite nice. But it's all got to be screwed together. Of course, we've got to get the pipe, the gas pipe in, which is going to be really the next job. I've got the old pipe here and I was thinking of using that, but I'm not now because I've read up on the I forgot what they call it, but the British marine standards say that every 10 years, I think, things need to be replaced. So with that said, I'm going to put a new one in. So I'm going to get the correct pipe. I'm going to do all the pipe work myself, and then all the connecting I'm going to get done by a qualified gas fitter, because when this boat gets its marine MOT, it needs to pass, and I want to make sure that it's safe and it's up to the correct standard. So that needs to be done next, but we are getting there slowly but surely. So I think, based on that scenario, can you think of anything else, Jay, before I close this?
I don't think so.
No.
It's looking absolutely dandy.
Yes, it is. So I think we will finish on a high today and close this episode down by saying thank you very much for watching. Please like and please subscribe and hit the notification if you would so desire. And don't forget, send us some pictures of your boat or even a friend's boat to
Nauticus 27foot at mail.com.
Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Adios, muchachos.
I will leave you not with my face, but this. Oh, I'll go this side.